morning. It is fixing up to be a beautiful day, but we had some crazy winds last night, and unfortunately that means there's things to clean up. Now this is the farm that I rent, not the one I'm building. And this is actually the old barn that my landlord built. Every bit of wood on this thing is from trees that were taken down on this property. He had milled up and turned into this beautiful old barn. Big limb out of that tree fell last night, so it's sitting on a fuel tank. I'm gonna go ahead and chop it up real quick and get it out of here so it's not ugly, because I know that he's got realtors bringing people by every once in a while to look at the property, and I don't want it to look like garbage. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, you need to put your chaps on for that tiny bit of cutting. That tiny bit of cut can turn into something bad real quick. This is not a guarantee that I won't hurt myself, but it puts me in a safety-oriented mindset, and I think that just sets me up to think about things more. And if something does go wrong, hopefully that'll stop the blade from taking off a leg. Now, that's not spick and span. I'll get out here one day this week and pick up all the rest of the sticks and put them in that burn pile over there. But for right now, it looks a lot better than it did. Doesn't look like it's been abandoned. It looks like somebody cares about it, and I think that's important when you're showing somebody the farm. So now I got to get to my place and find out what Mother Nature has in store for me today, because I don't know what kind of damage we had last night. If you have any questions about whether or not spring is on the way, well, looks like spring is here. I've spent the day cutting wood and running the brush hog, trying to knock down some of this wild grass we got growing around here. And now I'm fixing to load up the sprayer, get in the orchard, and give the first application of the season. But I'll tell you what, this water is making it awful hard for me not to fish instead. I'm still going to do what I've got to do, but at some point in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to drop a line in this water. You can count on that. Well, the weather has changed again. Now, I just came up here to do a break-in fire on the stove and try to get a repair done on the tractor. I don't know how well it shows on camera, but that is a big snow cloud coming in, dumping snow. Now, I don't think it's gonna mount to anything. There's a little bit. Well, the battery died. But as I was saying, It's supposed to be 25 degrees at sunrise tomorrow. It's too warm right now for the snow to stick, and I don't think it's really gonna be any sort of a significant thing. I think it's just a couple of clouds full of snow that are coming over and reminding us that it is not summer yet. I'm gonna get in here and try to get this break-in fire finished, because after this last break-in fire where I take it up to 400 degrees and keep it there for an hour, I can burn this thing as I need. We're going to be doing a few things around the farm tomorrow. I think Savannah's going to dedicate most of the day to the orchard, so it'll be nice to be able to come up here and get warm, have lunch. See if we can get that going. All right, I think we're good to go. We'll start the fire right there. But I got the sprayer fixed, and the temperature is up just a bit over 400 on the stove, and 400 was the target temperature. And it's got to ride at 400 degrees for an hour, and then we choke the air off of it, let it return to room temperature. And when we come up here tomorrow, it'll be ready to go. We will be able to burn normally. That concludes all of the break-in fires. So my job for the rest of the evening is just to sit down here for the next about 45 minutes, make sure the fire doesn't drop down below 400, doesn't go up too much over 400, and then choke it down so it goes to room temp. I get to go home.
The next day was very cold and windy. Jafana spent most of the day in the orchard while I was outside doing some landscaping duties around the farm. When she finished, she came up and sat down next to the fire, which I had kept going the whole day. It was a success. It was a long weekend and we spent 2 days doing farm work. But the weather warmed up just enough for us to get out there in short sleeve shirts and put some siding up on the third day. We made the most of it.
32 inches, baby. It's got to be the full length. It's got to be almost 10 feet long, 9.5 feet long, and it's not. So, because we're going to use it. It's not a big deal. We're going to keep cutting on that. I probably got 2 more pieces like that I got to cut. Because over here, I pretty much got to do the same thing.
Jafana hates waste. She hates wasting money, and anytime we have a piece that gets cut and it's wrong or it breaks, it upsets her. So she keeps track of what we've got left that's still usable and tries to keep it organized so we can make the best use of it when the time comes. These 32-inch pieces that were already cut were perfect for the outside edge. These windows are 5 feet by 5 feet. My original intent was to use 2 4-foot pieces and center them, meeting in the middle. Jafana pointed out to me that didn't leave very much at the outside edge, and it was most likely going to break. She was right. So we changed the plan and used 2 32-inch pieces on the outside edge and a 32-inch piece in the middle to connect them all. It worked out much better.
So a little something we noticed today. When you put your hand on the white painted siding, it's nice and cool. You don't even have to put your hand on it to feel the heat coming off this stuff that's not painted. That fiber cement really draws and stores some solar energy. I mean, it's when you're standing right next to it, you're getting a nice baking. I'm glad we're doing it this time of year and not in the dead of summer, because I don't think I could do this in July and August. Well, as you can see, we are all out of daylight and I am all out of cowboy today. But we have finished a beautiful wall, and that was the goal, was to get the lower section of the wall done all the way across. Now I'm a little unhappy with this one small panel at the top. It's got a gap there that's a good half, maybe 3/4 of an inch. I'm probably gonna take that back down. But we got the wall done. So tomorrow I'll probably be up here painting it after work. Not a bad place to come do a little after work. Appreciate y'all watching. Hope you come back and check us out again at Breakhart Orchard. We'll be here.